What's going on, everybody? It's Mark from tcgdiscussions, and welcome to the side portion of how to beat Zoro. Let me give you a current list. This is actually kind of where I am right now. This list is just absolutely disgusting. And we have this Kuzan, this Vasco shot, 2 finger pistols, and 4 Tempest kicks. So we're really leaning into the Tempest kick line here for BP, 100%. This is just to basically get into our Augur KO lines. They can't really do anything about it. What's very, very devastating against BP is them not seeing consecutive Monkey D. Luffy 8 cost. If they do see 2 or 3 of them, that's pretty much how they're going to win the game. If they don't, they're going to lose the game. They will red rock stuff. You know, sometimes they red rock this, sometimes they're forced to red rock this, but they only play 2. So once you start getting through those, they have to take that whole turn. They're going to just kind of start folding. So if you just have multiple 10 costs and then you can get into a line to get rid of one and then block and then all this other stuff. But if they ever have like a bad turn in the late game where like they play like a Nami blocker, you're instantly going to 10 cost the Nami blocker because now they have to red rock it, right? If they ever have like a slow turn. So that's what this is for. Finger pistols also really nice because you can augur finger pistol 8 cost Luffy. This card's also extremely strong against green right now. Passively popping cards on green's turn, aka this and this, you know, Tempest kick triggers out of life to kill Tashigi. It'll just completely remove the ability that the card's protected. And then sometimes like they'll play a card to the board, swing at your life, and then this pops like a 5 cost Tashigi or a Cavendish or a blocker that they really want while contributing to Burgess, which is just against green like really, really scary. Shiryu, just to touch on him, really, really strong card. Very, very good against Rayleigh, which is another reason why like Blackbeard's so good, is because like this is good against Rayleigh, this is good against Rayleigh, this is insane against Rayleigh, this is insane against Rayleigh. This combination here, like one of each of these cards literally just for the rest of the game locks Rayleigh out of doing anything but swinging with his leader. And you can just get into these like very, very comfortable positions where it's like, you're either going to let me draw cards or just swing and give me cards. And I'm just going to draw and then start getting to this. Once you can safely play one of these, like at 2 or 3 life, you just win the game. But this is kind of where I'm landing. I did want to give this to you. It's not the final list with 4 nats, but it's something close to this. Now, it's time to talk about this card, and it's time to talk about Zoro. So Zoro's game plan. Zoro's a mid-range deck that attempts to keep your early game tempo down through rest effects that give Dawn, through Kuina and Tashigi that translates your early game into cards being attacked over. Through the leader effect, he will restand and attack for numbers that cost a minimum of 2 cards, so getting out of the swing, so like 8 is 2 2s. And then on top of this, he can block up with 8 cost Mihawk, Koshiro, and leave Dawn back up for defense and still swing out, which is pretty annoying, but honestly, this is just a generic game plan against everybody else, not us. So what does Tashigi do? Rest 6 costs or less, and gives 3 Dawn to the Zoro leader. When you pitch, as soon as this card is live, period. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Kuina, activate main, rest 4 or less. This is really dangerous against Burgess. If you force him to go second, this is what you'll need to watch out for. This also, I didn't say it here, but it also attaches 3 Dawn to the Zoro leader. So they can rest a 4 or less, then swing 8 over that at 4 Dawn, which is really, really powerful. Yukimaru. This is a card that people are teching recently, both for black, and so it has an effect that if this character is active, it cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effects. And then when attacking of 3 or more given Dawn cards, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a base of 6 or less. So it can get that rest. So you can play this, attach 3 Dawn, swing, rest something, and then have like 3 Dawn back to swing again. This is a card to work on, but the reality is this card can be popped by Black Hole. What I mean by that, this is a card to work on. It's like work on like how to solve this for everybody else in terms of removing it, but us, because we get to ignore it. If not, it will get a rest, and it's strong against black, period, because of its ability to be played at 4. And then what it translates to in the next turn, right? So unfortunately for them though, this is not the card that makes or breaks this matchup. It's not even close. Like, this card being played at 4 does not matter to Blackbeard at all. So Dead Man's Game. This is the annoying card that we have to play around. Fortunately, we can play around it easily in the end game with Black Vortex, and there's nothing that Zoro can do about it. And I'll explain that later. Zorro restand event, this is the only way they win the game. Without this card, we are just kind of better if we say our key card Black Vortex. If they don't see this and we see one Black Vortex, the game is auto over. They will auto lose the game. Even if they say 3 of these cards, if we see Black Vortex twice, we auto win the game. So I keep talking about Black Vortex. What is it? It's a counter event. Just to read the card, it says negate the effect of one of your opponent's leader characters and give the card minus 4k for the turn. It also has a trigger to negate the effects of one of your opponent's leader characters. This is a trigger can be just as dangerous for Zorro if they plan on like restanding several times. Like if they swing into your life with a card and you negate Zorro, they can't swing into another card with Zorro and then like restand with leader effect. So it can be a little bit tough there if they like miss sequence or attack, but that's neither here nor there. So this is the one card that beats Zorro for sure for Blackbeard, and the fact that we could search this is like a huge boon. It's a searchable counter card that just absolutely wrecks them. There's the minus 4k that puts under our leader if they swing AK at us. Also this card stops Zorro leader from restanding, which is the real key, right? While this is super powerful late, it's extremely powerful early as well. Right, so late game, the reason it's really busted is because like Zorro will just invest like a massive turn into swinging into a card that's like 7 cost Teach or Burgess that's like 10. It'll like swing for 12, and then you'll just immediately reduce the card down to like 8, and they can't restand with. Even at 15, like if Burgess is 10, this yanks it down to 11. It's a 2k. Which is just really busted, and again they can't restand to swing at your life, and that's like the key part, that the leader effect doesn't get to restand. By hitting this card early against Zorro with a card that is weak on our field and is like really crucial, you can force Zorro to pass a turn and stun him from being able to stand and swing at our life. Zorro swings like dot Q, for example, will simply be him passing the turn and letting us draw. The more time we have, the better for us. Our end game is just better, and I'm going to show you an example of what happens when we see this card 2 times in a game, and simply what a better end game purely looks like. Even if you see 1, that end game is still better, because we were for sure not going to lose that game. Blockers plus this card are GG. Honestly, there isn't anything else to say. This card makes our game playing insane against him. Do this matchup, I think a minimum at 2 of this cards, most possibly 3. So Mulligan, we're looking for Black Vortex for the mid game, looking for standard searchers, help us with Black Vortex and finding it, KO lines for the cards you will play, so like dot Q for searchers, Augur for the tcgdiscussions Tashigi 2k, so like this is like dot Q plus Augur to kill the Tashigi 2k, Koshiro, you get some cost teach, or finger pistol to KO anything they play, some cost teach obviously with the Augur, right? When to pitch, we need to pitch at any point that they can play Tashigi at 5 Dawn. It is important for Tashigi not get full value. At 6 Dawn, it is important for us to stop Cavendish and Tashigi from coming down to protect Cavendish. So that's like at 6 Dawn, they play Cavendish for 5, they have 1 Dawn back, they reset 2, and then they can play like Tashigi. That's like pretty bad. Obviously, anytime after we should be pitching, due to Mihawk plus whatever, right? So if they go to 8 Dawn, we should obviously be stopping them. At 7 Dawn, we should obviously be stopping that, right? At 7 Dawn, they can't play a 5 cost and possibly have like Dawn back to swing multiple. So first or second, neither is important here. I will say that I prefer first just to take away from Zorro from having that extra swing. Black Vortex is the key no matter what in this matchup. How you plan to use it or recycle it with 7 cost teach is the key. And I say recycle because 7 cost teach, when it dies, if they swing over the card and you've used Black Vortex, I did this actually in my treasure company. My opponent killed the teach, I added Black Vortex back to my hand and it just ended the game. So these are the issues in terms of Dawn allocation that are presented for Zorro. So issues for Vortex standing blockers. So with our Dawn, if we have any Dawn back for Vortex, this immediately presents a problem for Zorro because it makes whatever they do extremely bad. So, due to the fact that Dead Man's Game is a potential issue to blockers, we have at least 1 blocker, we want to have 4 Dawn up. Why? Because they can't rest the blocker and the Dawn. So if they DMG, Dead Man's Game is 4, which means they can swing only 8, restand, swing 8. They can't rest the most amount of Dawn, swing into a card, and simply swing at life if they're Vortex. This translates to Vortex winning us a turn. So what does that mean? If they Dead Man's Game, attach 3, swing 8, they are clearly signaling that they are going to use restand event. At that juncture, if you have 2 Dawn back, they can, at that point, not do any damage with the leader for the rest of the turn. Okay, period. If you Vortex right there. So if they DMG, or Dead Man's Game, and they take 2 of your 4 Dawn away, and you have 2 left, this means that they immediately get stopped in their tracks, lose 4k power, and the restand event can restand, and it's gonna do nothing. If they rest 1 Dawn and the blocker, it's the same thing. If they DMG twice and they decide for whatever reason that it's just pen off for them to rest all of your Dawn, then simply when they swing 7, the blocker takes the damage and they can't restand. So no matter what, Vortex poses an insane issue in the end game for whatever Zorro is trying to do. Like if your opponent has like 2 Dawn back whatsoever, and it's just not immediately obvious that they auto lose based on swings, then Vortex can just cook them out of existence. Sometimes you'll have 1 blocker and 3 Dawn. Depending on how much life you have, this will also be fine because you're just gonna win the game. So if they DMG at that juncture, when you have like 3 life left, this is also very good because you'll still have the Vortex for another turn, and they're pretty much gonna get cooked either way. Any Vortex that can be activated post a 10 cost teach is completely busted. So with Vortex and 10 cost teach, it makes it impossible for them to be able to swing, kill a teach, because they can swing 15. Well, you're just going to reduce it 4 under the teach to 11, and the turn's over. So it's just completely bonkers. I've only had that happen a couple times. There is a tall way to swing pattern. We won't talk about that in this video. I'll mention a little bit, but usually the going wide strat is the best easy way to win. But there are some tall swing patterns that you can alternate, like Burgess, 10 cost teach, swing, they swing over the Burgess. Next turn you play 10 cost teach again, you swing with one of your teaches, leave the other one standing, and you just keep alternating this. You're probably going to take a damage, which is fine, but the reality is that while they're attempting to take your cards out and giving you another card, you're getting more cards to be able to defend that teach at a later turn. If you can ever defend 2 of them at the same time and play a third, the game's just also completely winning and over. But the wide strat is the strat you're going to see in the video. So Dawn issues for Vortex standing Dawn. So 4 Dawn up means that they can double Dead Man's Game and simultaneously swing for only 7 to turn off the Vortex. This is only 2k, 1k math in either line to stop the damage. So what do I mean by that? If they DMG 1 time, right, either line being that the Dead Man's Game 1 time and swing 11, so Vortex minus 4 takes 11k down to 7, and it's like they put the second DMG either way. So what that means is this: if they double DMG to take the 4 Dawn away, they are only swinging for 7, it's a 2k, 1k. If they DMG 1 time, leave 2 more Dawn up for Vortex, and you Vortex at that point, they go from 11 to 7, it's like they played the second DMG. Now, the imperative thing is that you need to stop damage no matter what. So if you can stop damage from Zorro, you definitely should, because your endgame is just better than theirs. 100%. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So first or second, doesn't matter. We will keep this hand. We are going to try and dig our ever-living life toward that black vortex, right? This is not the best, but it's okay. If he has like a searcher here, we are going to be able to do the thing. We're going to take that. Please play Hiyori. Come on, Hiyori. Let me see a Hiyori. Oh, okay. That's fine. Draws Tashigi. Plays a searcher. Okay. So we can kind of out one. She's going to swing. It's a little bit annoying, but that's fine. We will get rid of this. We'll add that. Thank you very much. Deploy. We'll kill one. We'll attack. No point in pitching on this next turn. We'll end. We're going to draw off a dot Q, and then he's probably going to swing 9 at my life. Maybe I should have kept the other dot Q to kill it, but Could be fine. Could be fine. Or he's gonna swing over the auger. Okay. Ooh, that card's really annoying. What a great card for us. No trigger. We won't use that. We'll save that for a later turn. We'll draw for turn. We'll use the search here. We'll grab... I kind of want counter here. We'll grab... Well, if we get this now, I can probably demonstrate to you exactly what I was talking about. We'll get the teach later. We'll play with the teach later. I'm just going to use all my Dawn to be efficient. We're gonna swing 5. Probably going to trash something here. I'm not sure. Kalina, that's fine. Play dot Q. We'll kill that, and we'll end. Oh no! I totally needed to stop on plays. That's okay. It's really not gonna matter. We'll just negate that, resolve, and draw a card. I totally goofed. Totally goofed on that. We will pitch that for that. That's a pretty good draw. We will -2 here. We'll black hole this. We'll swing 6. We'll play this, and we'll trash this and tell him to go. Yeah, kind of messed up there. He could have really punished that by playing like Cavendish to Shigi. It would have been kind of bad. That's a weird play. Hope we get 7 cost teach soon so I can just flat kill this card. Nice. We are going to take that. Teach is good. We're going to turn away from it. Ooh, wow. We're just going to tag this out now. Ooh. We could go Augur. We could just go double Burgess here. Could also go Shiryu to KO that. I think the double Burgess is like more annoying though. We could Augur kill this. We could Burgess. And if I Augur KO this, and then I get a search here and it's Black Vortex, the game is over on the spot. The Shiryu popping this so he just doesn't have an extra attacker seems also very strong. But it's like such a low attacker that I don't think it does anything. Yeah, we'll attack here. And then I'll search. That could be good. We'll search for the Vasco. We'll play down Burgess, and then I'll pitch this and tell him to go. So this is the spot where like you really want to get another Vortex, because if he does not, this turns forfeitable. I mean, look at this. This is what I was talking about. Now he's like in this weird spot where his turn just amounted to nothing. And we are like firmly in the driver's seat now. I am firmly in the driver's seat. I mean, I cannot believe he did that. That's actually pretty crazy. Because what, I have a draw, a 5 and an 8 for another Vortex, and that's just like losing, isn't it? I could even augur. What do I want to get here? Is there another Burgess? Oh, there is. Good God. Oh yeah, I need to draw my Dawn. That's why I can't play anything. Let's see. Let's see what he does with this. Okay. We're just. Yeah. It's 5, 6, 7. We're gonna swing 9. We're gonna swing 9 again. That's a pretty crazy play. So we could do a number of things. I just kind of want to demonstrate this, so I'm digging for Black Vortex. We didn't get it. We will draw that. We will try again for Black Vortex. We didn't get it. We will... Wish I would have done that first. 5 of my 7. Deploy this. We'll draw here to play out... I mean, do I lose next turn? I don't think there's any chance I do. Come on, Black Vortex. And this game, I think, is over. And we'll end. Oh, I gave him on plays. It doesn't even matter. This game is so colossally lost, it's not fun. On plays here don't really matter either. Like, again, the fact that he'd have to commit anything for a turn to it just means that the game's cooked for him. He can't even 15 over these cards, right? No block. We'll black spiral this. Resolve. Yeah, that's bad. Draw. The game where we've done what we needed to do to win the game. We'll just pitch here for teach. We'll play this teach. We'll activate to negate. We will just attack his life. And the game's over. Just like that. I even like had a turn because I was like so focused on like what to do with Black Vortex that I forgot that I have Black Vortex. I needed to turn his on plays off. But yeah. And just like that, with absolutely no regard for any human life, this is completely forfeitable. He could DMG me. There is no possible attack pattern line that wins in the game. I can just throw my hands up and that's it, right? And this is, it's kind of funny. I'm glad this worked out. Sorry, Blah, if you see this, I didn't mean to make an example out of you or anything. But part of the issue that, I had is like, I want to show you a proof of concept. That's like always something that I've kind of wanted out of my stuff. Okay, so what do you do when I block here? Anyway, okay. Okay. Cool, I got the other teach. Yeah. Oh, cool, we got another one. Yeah. Yeah. So, like, you just get in this position, right? But I've always wanted to do a proof of concept to show you guys so that, like, you guys, because not that I know, I know that I have success stories, right? I know that people take my deck profiles and topped. I know that people like tell me all the time that like, hey dude, you've really helped me be a better Blackbeard player. Yeah, I just want to show you this proof of concept and give you guys a treat to show you that it just works. This is also, there's two variations to beat Zoro in the end game. One is tall swing, tall swing, tall swing, and the normal variant looks like this with Vortex, and they lose. Like, they just lose. Like, you saw what I'm saying, right? Like, he swings into Burgess and has, like, no counter course correction at all. They even gave him on plays, but, like, that's the thing about it. On plays don't even really matter that much at a certain point in the game because he's taking up so much of his turn that his swings don't even do anything. Like, you can't challenge an 11K and play Mihawk at the same time. It's just like 8-4 back. Yeah, it's like 6, that's only 10. Like, you know, even if they're 10s, it's like one counter to get out. Whoop-de-doo, Basil, and you can't swing into it again. And then you have to attack my life. It's just very, very bad for him. So, you know, no matter what, you know, GG's to our opponent. But that is pretty much it. Like, if you guys needed the proof of concept of how strong that card is, and I played only 2 of this. I had to dig for the second one. What happened in my Green Zoro matchup in the Treasure Cup, I didn't even need to dig for a second one because he killed my 7-cost Teach by attacking over it. And then I just added the Black Vortex back. So if you had like an early Q situation like I did there with the Black Vortex, you can see how like his turn stopped. Because it stopped, look at what happened the rest of the game. He got like a chance to develop. He chooses that turn to develop, swung 5. That's another turn of him not doing damage. And my end game was way stronger, right? It's just way, way more powerful than this is. I just need to like get there and not have like death bestowed upon me from restand event. Let's just say I didn't play 10-cost Teach and I just like swung out for the fences and like forced him to give me Mihawk, but I had another Black Vortex in hand with like 4 Dawn back so that he can't DMG it. Again, the game's over. Even if he wants to restand, the first 3 Dawn attach at the 8, now he goes, again, just mathematically, right? 3 Dawn for 8, or is a 4 for 9. Now it's literally just Black Vortex, takes the 4 Dawn away, and 1 counter. He's got 2 restand events, right? If he swings 8s, same thing. Now he's 1 under, he has to attach another Dawn, restand twice. I had 3 life. The odds I'm not getting a counter out of my whole life actually were pretty high, because I think it was like finger pistol double Teach apparently. But all that to say, I still had the 1 counter in hand. I'm going to win the game plus the caribou. And if I Black Vortex, the caribou block means that he can't restand off the leader ability whatsoever. So that's guaranteed block damage, and the 8 from the Mihawk doesn't even matter. If you wanted to divvy up the Dawn, the finger pistol, if the last swing was his like 2K card, like again, doesn't matter all that much. I thought we didn't play into the Shiryu line to get rid of the card. That's why I said it's winning, right? Like he beat Zoro. It's gonna seem weird to say this, but that guy had how many restand events? 2 or 3 of them? And that wasn't close. Like, he was staring down the barrel of death at 0 life before he took me to 1. Like, that wasn't even close. And that's what I was saying. Last night, I was trying my Zoro stuff. I was like, oh yeah, man. And then my editor came over and he's like, yeah, that Blackbeard, you know, you've been cooking on that, and I've been practicing. Let's run some games. And I started running some games, and that did not feel close. It looked just like that. Felt like that all the time. As a Zoro player, it's like, if I develop a body here, it dies. If I don't develop a body here, I just have to swing at his life. If I try to swing at his board and those 2 Dawn or Black Vortex, instantly lose the game. So it's like, that sucks. And that's what's so strong about this card. This card is so potent that if you spent 8 of your Dawn and forced your opponent to DMG you so they have 4 less Dawn worth of damage coming at you so you can just guaranteed live the turn, they must. Like, they must. That's how strong this card is. And that's why I said the guide is centered around the Black Vortex. The Black Vortex just wipes the matchup off the face of the earth. It's like, they just don't do anything. I even made a misplay where I gave him on plays when I shouldn't have. But like, again, when it gets to the later part of the game anyway, maybe besides Mihawk, it's not very advantageous for him to even try and go wide. Either all dies or it doesn't do anything, and your leader swing is so pathetic that like it's not even going to deal damage. That's going to be it for this video. Glad we got a proof of concept for you guys alongside the guide of talking to it. I know you guys have been hitting me up about Blackbeard lists. I wanted to give you a little bit of that too. And again, thank you guys so much for all your support as always. Thank you for all the support on the cheating video that I made. It was really frustrating to play against that guy. And I just want to say thank you once again for all of your guys' kind words and support. I'll see you guys in the next one. And this is Marcus from TCG Discussions signing off. Laters.
起きろ起きろ起きろ